La! La! Welcome to Speculation Sunday on a Sunday. Today we got Just Ask Danny in the house. Danny, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. We're so close to the 17th of July. It's only basically 10 days away.
Dude, and I feel like there's gonna be a little like hype to it. I've heard there could be a possibility of an opening ceremony, media for sure. The Disney family, I could imagine, is gonna be involved in some of this stuff. I think there's like a D23 thing that's even gonna happen. The wall
There
animatronic is
is.
a big deal, very very big deal. But before we get started with Speculation Sunday, Danny, any content, podcasts, anything on the horizon that you want to let people know?
Yeah, new podcast coming out tomorrow. And then I'll be putting out a new video soon. I've just been collecting clips and things for it. So I'll be going to the parks tomorrow to get more of that. So that should be this week as well too. But new podcast for sure tomorrow.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Um, I how have you been surviving the heat? Let me ask you that. Has it been brutal for you?
Not for me. Not really. I've been fortunate in where I'm at, where I've been this summer at least. So it's not too hot here. So it's not too bad, not too bad. But I know when I go to Disney and stuff, it's pretty hot. It's been like, 90s, high 80s. So
Um, I've been to Disneyland a couple times over the last week or two, and it has been empty, Danny. And there's no denying it anymore because some people were like, oh, it's not really empty. It gets busy in the evening. It's just empty. Disneyland is empty. Um, do you think there's some other factors going on? Or are we just going to blame it on pricing and blocking out the keys? And people are just not buying tickets. Like, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, the blocking out the keys has always been a huge deal. Whenever we have had the keys blocked out, we've always seen better availability and better crowding in the summer. If you happen to have a key that's a higher end key or higher tiered key. In addition to that, too, with demand pricing, Disney has really, demand pricing is not that old. And I think at this point now, people are really conditioned to wait for those Costco deals, wait for those Disney ticket offers and things like that. And so, the average guest just doesn't really come up anymore and buy a ticket to go to Disneyland. That's not really a thing. So there's always a lot of planning involved. And when people see a calendar and then they see different ticket prices, they're going to go and plan their trips around a time that's cheaper to go. And, if you can go on a day in January and February that's $104 versus 205, in July on a holiday weekend, that's a big difference for a family of four or five or even three when you're trying to, buy meals and souvenirs and also pay for parking and anything else you're trying to do. So we're definitely see demand pricing do what it's supposed to do, right? It's, normally you would expect, maybe in the days of like the 50th anniversary or even like way pre-pandemic, like maybe 2015's around the 60th anniversary, you could certainly expect Disneyland, like when you think summer, people are like, oh, I don't want to go in the summer, it's so packed, it's so crowded. And that used to be the case, right? Like when tickets prices were the same no matter when you went, you just bought a ticket to go.
Yeah.
And then, the only thing that was the difference is that like in the off season, quote unquote, they would have like discounts and stuff. That would be the only benefit to go during those times, like through third parties or maybe a ticket deal or something. But like you usually saw people go more in the summer, right? Kids are off school, they don't have to take them out of school, but Now, with the higher prices, people are like, hey, let's plan our trips at different times of the year. And regardless of whether or not the kids are in school, we're going to just take them out anyway and go to the parks at this time. Um, because the pricing is just so high. So the demand pricing is doing what it's supposed to do.
It's doing
It's
its job.
it's getting the crowds to come in January and February when Disney would normally have an off season. They don't have an off season anymore, and in fact, their busiest season now is definitely not the summer, and people still assume that it's going to be, but it's not. It's actually September, October, is when it's like the busiest. So. And that makes sense, right? All the annual passes are unblocked starting mid August. Halloween season begins, so annual pass holders who haven't been able to go all summer, they're going to be going. And then when you get into August, you have Halloween. Early September, you have Halloween. And some people have like a fall break situation, or some people try to go like right before school starts in September. So August, I feel, and September and October are like probably the worst out of all the months, I feel.
Danny, when did a park hopper become $281 in July, dude? Dude. Wow. Wow. I don't remember park hoppers being like that, dude. Damn.
My deluxe annual pass used to be $281.
your your annual pass was $281. Now, hey, one day costs that much now, Daddy. Oh man. Um, how you feeling about the Oogie Boogie? Do you think the sales have been strong or not strong, or it just doesn't matter? They're gonna make their money. How do you feel?
I feel like this sales have been incredibly strong, with a lot of days selling out. There it shows that there's clearly still demand for it, right? And I think it was the right move they did this time. They gave us like almost a month worth of days.
Yeah, it's
So
31.
that's
I
like,
think it's 31, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah,
they
look
gave
at
us a full month.
October. That's gone almost.
Yeah, they gave us the full month, and I think it was necessary, right? Because people, this gives them a little bit more availability. There's still a lot of people that like come on vacation that forget to buy tickets and stuff, and they want to be able to buy a day of. So I feel like there'll be some days they can accommodate that. But it looks like people have had ample time to buy the days they wanted. It's gonna sell out,
I think it
so
sells out too because
hmm
people want that Disney Halloween touch. You know what I mean? It's a
yeah.
grand thing. Um,
I'm seeing a lot of people say that they're getting the Costco deal. In fact, I saw some TikTok video that was talking to like a Costco associate that works at one of the Costco's in like West Virginia or something. And they were like, they were saying that the Disneyland deal was even being offered like there. And they were saying that that particular store sold like $200,000 worth of that ticket in just one weekend.
damn.
So like people are definitely buying that ticket. So we'll probably, the Costco deal ticket. I don't know the calendar dates of that, but I would just imagine whenever that calendar window starts for that ticket, don't ever assume it's going to be not crowded because that ticket's going to bring a lot of people into Disneyland for sure. And they're all going to have Lightning Lane. So Lightning Lane's going to probably be really impacted too.
Lightning lanes, dude. Crazy. That's a, in reality, you get what is it? 3 ticket for 449, and you get lightning lane and a meal voucher. Dude, as weird as it sounds, that's a pretty good deal considering we just looked at a $280 park hopper.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 days out of it. Oh, that's crazy. Let me go into some of these questions. I want to have a Q&A type of day with everybody. My Alyssa says, hey, Mondo Danny, I was at Disneyland yesterday and it was empty in the morning and afternoon time. More people are coming at night because of the weather. Yeah, it's been hot. I believe it. And people want to see Paint the Night. There's not really much grabbing you during the day. Antonio says, hi, everybody. Fires. I got a question. Have been to Disney California old ride called Superstar Limbo. It was where Monsters Inc. used to ride. Did you ever ride Superstar Limbo? You ever ride
Yeah,
it?
I did ride Superstar Limo. I actually used to really like that ride because I thought it was so it reminded me of like the weird campy stuff that Disney did for Epcot that was like odd,
Hmm.
different, and like educational in a way. And so that's why I kind of was drawn to it myself. I was like a Superstar Limo like super fan. And back when I did collect Disney pins, which I don't anymore, but when I did collect Disney pins, like kind of when it first became like a huge craze,
Yeah.
I would collect. I was like one of the only people I knew that collected Superstar Limo pins. So I had quite a few. During the pandemic, though, just like my Pokemon cards from when I was a kid, I offloaded a ton of my Disney pins at Frankensons, where Mondo and I usually go. And there was a lady there who bought a bunch of my pins, actually for a lot of money. And so I said goodbye to I think most of my Superstar Limo pins, but I think I kept one of them, just for like because like there was so little merchandise for Superstar Limo. I was like, I have to keep something, you know?
Damn, it's crazy to see this ride because in my head it's only Monsters Inc. Like I don't
Yeah,
think Superstar
so much
Limbo.
of the ride's the same. The ride vehicles don't even don't have a stitch of different design at all. They have the same TV, the same speaker, the same everything. They
They
just
just
painted them
play a
yellow.
they just play a different video, literally.
Yeah, they just painted them yellow like a taxi cab,
What did
but it
this
still has
person
a little
say?
TV.
Hollywood, looking sensational as always. Mwah. Listen, I'll have your contract for you at the premiere, okay? Just get to the Chinese theater.
What the hell is that? Damn, it's even a tunnel? It's the same thing.
The
What?
same thing.
Wow.
That whole entry scene into Monsters Inc. is not even completely unchanged from Superstar Limo.
Look at that. That's Randall right there. Yeah. Was this ride as bad as people made it to seem? One of the worst rides ever, or no?
Yeah, it was just really like really campy, really weird, and very punny. Like all the puns, like all the different things were really punny. The premise of the ride is that you are arriving at LAX.
Yeah.
And so you're when you're in that outdoor section of Monsters Inc., you're actually the backdrop there on the building that they've covered up with like vinyl and stuff.
Yeah.
It used to be like the LAX runway and like tarmacs, and you see like the planes on them. And then when you're walking into the building, you're supposed to be walking into the terminal at LAX. And then like you would turn to the left, and there was a baggage claim there, and they had like fake baggage with like Oscars on it and stuff. And then that area where the TVs are, that was where you would be introduced to Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
And she was talking about there's a new star that has arrived in LA, and they're headed to their premiere
And that's you.
uh, of their movie. And then that whole thing was like a communication terminal, like with old payphones in LAX. And then you'd get in your taxi, and you're heading to the premiere after the after you've flown down to LAX. And so the premise is like your agent's on the TV, and he's telling you got to get to the premiere. Everyone's waiting for you, and then throughout the ride, you're going through different iconic areas of LA, and you're running into celebrities, and every once in a while, like a paparazzi will pop out and take a picture of you. Like they have those all throughout the ride. And then at the very end, they have that camera like the guy is holding that they use to watch you for Roz when Roz talks to you.
Yeah.
But the camera puts you up on the billboard,
Ah.
and so then it says like you're the star, and then like and then the picture of your car like with all your photos on it is like
Whoa.
what's
These
what's funny is
animatronics.
Whoopi Goldberg was in two different Disney rides when it first opened in DC.
She's like
See,
the
there's
Chris
your
Pratt.
billboard now showing, and then it would have your picture.
That's cool. Wow, it's amazing to see this ride because like it's just embedded in my brain, like Monsters Inc. version. Wow, Disney went all out, dude. You know, like I'm not saying good or bad, but they went all out. Like, damn,
Yeah,
it's
they even have that TV part, just like on Monsters Inc. Same thing.
no animatronic though, huh? At the end, right there, that was added.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Shout out to Park Hopper right here. Very cool video. 18 years ago, dude. Damn, that's wild. Well, Superstar Limbo. It's gonna be gone soon. We'll probably get a date. Um, Let me see. We got Letty. Five Fires. Happy Sunday. Will Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid could she come to Oogie Boogie Bash? People have been asking for that for a long time, and they don't do it. Do you think this is the year, Danny? Somehow?
We could, or we could even see Vanessa, right? We've talked about Vanessa too. Vanessa would be really easy for them to do, and in fact, it'd be a great one for them to do, right? So, I feel like they have a lot of actors and actresses, um, great at like that are really great at kind of interacting with the audiences, and I feel like Vanessa could be really evil and mean, to people as they're walking by,
Yeah.
just like Syndrome could be when we were talking about that.
Yeah.
So I think they would be both really good options.
And it's a face character, so they could pull it off. That's like I feel like that's like the stipulation with Oogie Boogie. It has to be like a face character, someone that could talk to you. Arlene, 48 months. Ow! Happy Speculation Sunday, everybody. Hope everyone had a happy 4th of July. Did you pop any fireworks or see any fireworks, Danny? Or you kept it
I
safe?
I did see some fireworks here locally from some like city shows, but I didn't
Yeah.
go to like a Disney or a Knott's or anything like that. No.
I feel like this year people were blowing up fireworks at a higher rate than previous year. I don't know why. It just seems I don't even know where people get all these fireworks from. It's wild, dude. There's a lot of fireworks, man. They went deep. They went deep into the night this year. But thank you, Arlene. Dot fire. 48 months. Let's go. Uh, we also got Venom slash. Do you think Disneyland will ever get rid of the Liberty Bell boat like Splash Mountain situation? Disney would World permanently closed it today for Cars Land and Villains Land. We were just talking about that before we went live. Um, so pretty much he's saying like, would we lose our rivers of America, Mark Twain, like Florida is? What do you think, Danny?
No, I think it's a little bit different with ours, right? There's a lot more involved with it. If they were gonna get rid of it, they would have gotten rid of it a long time ago when they put in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They spent a ton of their money on the budget of that attraction or that new land to save the rivers of America and make it smaller, but still keep it around so that the Mark Twain and the sailing ship Columbia could continue to go around the park as well as the Design Railroad. They could have easily at that point just like said "See la vie," like
Yeah,
goodbye,
goodbye. We're bringing new
and
land.
they did it. I think it's a little bit different, right? Like I didn't grow up going to Disney World. I went to Disney World for the first time in the early 2000s, like very early 2000s. I never went in the 90s, so that's my time of knowing Walt Disney World was like when Epcot was during its like millennial celebration. So that's like kind of how I remember it. But in all reality, like Disney World opened in 1971, right? And Walt Disney's original vision for Walt Disney World was Epcot, and not the Epcot that we have, but a city that had a clone Disneyland in it, not, what we have as the Magic Kingdom. And when Walt Disney died, they changed all the plans and they made the Magic Kingdom and they made Epcot, but it wasn't his original vision, right? They gave up on the vision to build the city and all the other stuff. So I don't know. I just don't really feel like I don't really have that connection to the Liberty Bell, the Rivers of America there. I personally absolutely hate that section of the Magic Kingdom. It's literally the worst part of the Magic Kingdom as far as getting around.
Like
It was
dead end.
always weird. It was always weird to me that like Big Thunder Mountain was in the back of the park and that Splash Mountain and Big Thunder were right next to each other. Thematically, it was like the weirdest thing. It's even weirder now that Tiana's is right next to Big Thunder. Um, but
Cars
it's
land coming. It makes no
yeah.
sense.
But like to me, it's like it's different, right? Like there's not, although the Liberty Belt is historic in the sense that it's like original to the Magic Kingdom, it's not like it's not a historic thing in my mind, at least. Like the Mark Twain is historic in the type of engine that it used. It's a true steamboat. It's original to the park. It was something that Walt Disney worked on. Like there's a different historic aspect to it. And so like the Mark Twain, I don't really see Disney getting rid of it unless it's like a huge deal that they're trying to expand something. And that was the whole reason for Disneyland Forward, right? Disney wanted land to be able to expand Disneyland for the next 40 years to not have to take anything away from Disneyland specifically. They didn't say anything about California Adventure. They just said Disneyland. They didn't want to expand Disneyland anymore by taking things away that we liked. And so that was their plan. But for me, I don't know, the Liberty Bell and the Mark Twain, you can't compare them. They're like they're much different things. And in all honesty, like I'm not even a Tom Sawyer's Island purist. Like if they want to completely destroy Tom Sawyer's Island and put something else there, like I'm fine by
Disneyland
that.
already
So
destroyed Tom Sawyer's Island. They don't upkeep it for nothing. It's just
yeah, so I don't
rotting.
upkeep it all that much. I'm the kind of person though, Mondo, that like I don't like the Magic Kingdom. I hate the Magic Kingdom. I only go to
Danny,
the
you
Magic Kingdom.
hate? That's a strong word.
I don't like the Magic Kingdom. It's always too crowded. It's the hottest park. There's nothing to do there for me. I don't want to wait 3 hours to go on the Snow White roller coaster. I
Yeah,
don't.
the Snow White,
I will
it doesn't even
go. I will
exist
go to
to
the
me.
Magic Kingdom and I will ride Tron. I will ride the Carousel of Progress,
Jungle
and I'll
Cruise.
ride the People Mover, and then I leave, and then I come back later to watch Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
I don't do anything else in the Magic Kingdom. So to me, the idea of making the Magic Kingdom unique and the sense that it has a villain's land, that it has this like immense wilderness that no other park has with like this
Super
really
positive.
cool
Yeah, I think it's super.
to me it's like a cool thing. But like I said, I didn't grow up making family memories going on the Liberty Bell, doing Tom Sawyer's Island, so I would maybe feel a lot differently about it. So I can empathize with people that are upset. But for me personally, like the Magic Kingdom, if I was like when I have been faced with a time where I don't have 4 days to go to the parks, I skip the Magic Kingdom. Like I don't go to the Magic Kingdom because to me there I would rather go to Disneyland than go to the Magic Kingdom. So I don't need to fly,
When I go to
thousands of
Florida,
miles.
I want to go to Epcot. That's where I want to go.
Yeah, I don't need to go to Magic Kingdom. There's like it's not like it's the most expensive park, it's the most crowded, it's the hottest park in my opinion,
You
and
know
it's
what the
just
local conversation is too, Danny? It's a pain in the ass to get to Magic Kingdom. Like from parking to walking in Magic Kingdom, it's a pain.
yeah.
It is literally a pain. You got to go through a monorail, a ferry boat. Uh,
Mhm.
it's not easy, and and like Danny said, it's the most busy theme park ever. Like period
Yeah. I mean it is. It's the most visited theme park in the world.
in
So
the
it
world.
makes sense that it's busy.
Uh, let me see. Let me see. I'm just going through. Mexico wins the Gold Cup. Oh, I haven't been watching. I've been too busy. But let's go. Let's see the
Oh,
highlights.
and we have in the chat here. David L said Liberty Bell boat isn't even original. The original riverboat was called the Admiral Joe Fowler, and they damaged it during a refurb, and they made a new boat. So
Admiral Joe Fowler.
yeah, Joe Fowler.
What? Let me look this up. Let me look this up.
So so like shows. I don't like I said. I did not go to Disney World until the very early 2000s. So
Wow.
that looks a lot more like the Mark Twain.
Wow. Look at that.
That actually looks identical to the Mark Twain,
I
actually.
know. Wow.
Because the Liberty Bell looks different, but that looks like even with the star in between the two
Yeah.
smokestacks. Well,
Damn.
except for ours has like
Damage. That was
we
a
have like gold.
costly refurb. Like they were supposed to make things better, not worse. Damn, Magic Kingdom has changed a lot. Like it'll look like that. No
Dude,
more.
look how exposed the Haunted Mansion is.
Yeah, I feel you can't see it anymore. There's like a shop in front of it, right?
No, there's just like the
Or
trees have grown so much.
trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Uh, hey, Danny. I already read that. I already read that. Let me see. I'm just catching up. So, any progress on Soundstage 15? Haven't seen anything from there. They haven't opened the doors. I was just at Universal today. They were closed. They've been closed for like a week. So it's
They're
hard to.
trying to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, it looks like Five Nights at Freddy. Totally does. Going to WB Tour for the first time ever Tuesday for my birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, dude. Any tips? Um, Bring some money because when you end the tour, they have like a whole gift shop, and some of the coolest Warner Brothers stuff is in there. And there's so much to Warner Brothers. It's not just like Batman, Superman. It's a lot. Harry Potter, all their horror property, like the Halloween or just yeah, like horror movies they got. There's a lot of stuff. Bring some money.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's unique Harry Potter stuff because it's not Universal; it's Warner Brothers. So it's
it's
like it's
Warner Brothers. That's
different
what I'm
than
saying.
it's different than like the same stuff you always see at Universal. It's like separate stuff from the movies that Warner Brothers
Only
makes.
they sell it. Only they sell that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say bring water because it's gonna be hot. You're in Burbank and the Hollywood area, and it's really hot there. And you do walking because you get off the bus, right? And you walk
Yeah,
through
you
the
get
sets and
off.
stuff.
You get off.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
bring a hydro
bring
flask
some
for
water
sure.
bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't
with some
buy
ice in them.
don't buy drinks. Just bring your own hydro flask or water. But there's not really any tips to give. You're gonna park at the parking structure, super convenient. Everything about the Warner Brother tour is very convenient. It's not difficult. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. What's up, Jamie Lynn? Happy Sunday. Virginia Lake, 30 months. Let's freaking go! Happy Speculation Sunday, Mondo and Danny. I hope everybody had a safe and wonderful holiday weekend. I had a beautiful weekend. Spent it with the family. We watched a lot of fireworks at Universal Studios Hollywood, which was awesome. It was awesome. Very safe July 4th. What's up, Eddie? Thank Jaden says taking my son to HHN this year. Is HHN usually packed first opening days? Debating on buying express tickets. Any input or tips would be greatly appreciated. You go first, Danny, because you got prime experience with this exact situation.
I only go to HHN on opening night, and it's like significantly better than every other night. So
Like a
if
thousand
you
times, because it's a media day, if
yeah,
anything.
it's a media day. They usually probably try to keep the crowds lighter that day, but also like a lot of people, for the most part, like if you're watching this show right now, you're not included in this, but like most regular people, outside of people who are enthusiastic about this stuff, they do not care to do HHN in August or early September. They want to do HHN in October or like at the very end of September. A lot of people aren't ready for the horror stuff yet. I want to do it as soon as I can. So like I'm there the opening night, but like yeah, I feel like it just gets worse as time goes on, and that's when when Mondo goes back with his frequent fear pass, you usually see the like
Scare
the
zones.
3 hour the waits for the mazes, the 2.5 hour, all that kind of stuff.
I think, Jaden, if you do early entry, you're good. On opening day, you're good. You could knock out Jason, Five Nights at Freddy, what looks to be Scarecrow, and possibly a WWE. Like, you could knock out the lower lot with just your early entry, and that'll bring you, I don't know, like 20 to 30 bucks per person. Um, and if you so inclined are like, Mondo steered me wrong, you could still buy Express almost every night at 11 o'clock at night. They sell Express from like 11 to 2. And it's usually, I don't know, 75 to $100. So that you're still saving money. And then you could be like, okay, I'm gonna finish out the all the houses, and I might do a couple twice, you know. But I think on opening day, early entry is probably all you need. If you're a content creator, Express Unlimited. But you're going with your son, so just early entry. Save that money. Use the other money to like buy food at In and Out or Vivo. Um, Let me see. I'm just reading. I'm just reading. We got Noah. What maze do you think will be announced at Midsummer, and what Blumhouse movies will be on the Terror Tram? Do you think Saw could be part of the Terror Tram? What are your thoughts, Danny?
Yeah, that was my thought too. I'm glad that Noah brought that up. Midsummer, it sounds like from what Mondo was saying, we're probably going to see Terrifier get announced at Midsummer as like the big one. That would probably make the crowds there the most excited, I feel. Like the people that would
People
care.
go bonkers.
Yeah, the people that would care about Terrifier coming to HHN are going to be at Midsummer Scream. So that makes sense that they're doing that. Um, and then as far as the Blumhouse, Blumhouse just recently acquired the rights for the Saw movies, so that would make sense. You know, the part of me would love the opportunity to have I forget his name. I don't know what his name is, but the little puppet in Saw that's like on the tricycle.
Is it Jigsaw? No. Is it Jigsaw?
I,
Uh,
I know Jigsaw is like the bad guy, but I don't know what the is the
I want to
puppet has a
call him
different name.
Willie, but I know it's not Willie.
Whatever that puppet is, but like part of me would love the fact that it like when you have the little video intro and you get off the tram right there at that little entrance point, they usually always have some monsters waiting there for you to like start the whole process of people getting off the tram. I would love for him to be there on the little tricycle. I think that'd be so cool.
Just
But we already
riding
know,
around.
yeah, we already know, Mondo, that's probably gonna be Megan in like the pink outfit. That's what it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
We already know.
Megan's for sure coming. What I found interesting, Danny, is that they're using like holes, like boo holes per se. So it kind of feels like a maze more than just a tear tram. You know what I mean? Because we don't. I feel like we don't get stuff like that, like construction like this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're going to be coming out of the scare monsters. So that's pretty cool. Um, I would be cool with Saw, whatever. You know, I've enjoyed Saw movies over
Oh,
time.
he's called Billy, Mondo.
Billy, yeah, I called him Willie. I knew it was something like that. I haven't seen Saw in a long time. Um,
Yeah, it's been years for me.
I
Years.
agree though. Announcing Terrifier at Midsummer would just blow everybody's socks off. It'd be the announcement heard around the world. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's so late though," because the event is like a week or two after and blah blah. I'm like, that's the perfect time to build a ton of hype and buzz right before the event starts. Make people buy tickets instead of kind of fizzling out like the announcement right now. I don't know. I think it's a great idea to announce it at Midsummer. Uh,
Yeah.
Let me see. Are you going to Dark Harbor this year? I would love to. Hollow Scream, I don't know. But Dark Harbor, yes. I'm very interested. I heard there's been some rumblings. I,
Uh-oh.
I this is just rumblings. There's a lot of construction happening at Dark Harbor, and it's very exciting. I think Dark Harbor is like this hidden gem that just rocks it when it comes down to sales. Dark Harbor, their sales are spectacular, dude. The demand is literally bonkers for Dark Harbor. Um, but I don't know if Dark Harbor's ever had IP or just something of that nature at the event, but I'm just hearing rumblings. Maybe that happens this year. And I think that'd be genius. I don't know what kind of IP could go to Dark Harbor, but them getting an IP, I think, is a great idea. But they don't even need an IP, honestly. Their sales are just very strong demand. Uh, Do you guys have any speculation for what could be announced at Destination D23? What do you think, Danny? Is it going to be all Walt Disney World focused?
I think there could be. We had a brand new Disney resort that was being built during the Bob Chapek era, in pre 2020, right beforehand. It was called Reflections, a Disney resort, and it was a DVC resort again, and they canceled it, right? And there's been a lot of rumor about work starting again on that site because they've been starting to like move around on it. So I'm thinking maybe like a really big announcement for them could be that they're like gonna finish that resort and actually go through with it. Maybe
Mm,
it won't be called Reflections this time. Maybe it'll be called something else. So
yeah.
maybe we get more details on that. Um, Maybe we get more details on some of the stuff coming to Disneyland, like the attractions inside Pandora or attraction. Maybe we get some more concept art inside Coco. Maybe a look at the front facade of like the little mini land entrance it's gonna have. My guess is that we'll probably see some more concept art from like the Cars ride, or maybe just how they plan on transitioning
What about
Liberty
that
Square into
Zootopia?
that.
Aren't they supposed to get Zootopia Tree of Life thing?
That opens soon, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would feel like they would talk about it maybe. Um, I think man, that Destination D23 is going to be kind of weird after Rivers of America just being obliterated. um, I th- I I think they're going to talk about Disneyland. Avenger Campus would probably be a big focus. I feel like that's the most nearby thing that's going to happen soon. I don't think there'll be any big announcements, right, Danny? Like some big splashy announcement.
No, not really. It's usually like, I mean, I think the we
I
got a
feel like
lot of
it's
Disneyland.
updates more than announcements. That's how I interpret Destination D23. What were you gonna say,
Yeah,
Danny?
we got a lot of Disneyland announcements last time. That's when they found out that we were getting uh magic bands, I think, 'cause you were the one that was there when that happened, right?
Yeah, and they announced those little boxes in all the rooms, the Hi Alexa or Hey Mickey's.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me one for free too. I use it to this day. Yeah, I don't expect any big announcements, anything splashy at Destination D23. Um, yeah, for all we know, they talk Abu Dhabi because they for sure love that. Uh,
Yeah, big ups 5 of 5, I think how you say that. Said Lakeshore Lodge is already 25% built, so they're probably already doing something on that. I just didn't remember seeing like an announcement for it. Or like opening time frame. So maybe they share like opening time frame of that. I just don't remember seeing Disney Lakeshore Lodge.
is Lakeshore Lodge that's gonna be DVC for sure, or just a new resort?
I would assume, yeah, it's
DVC.
DVC. It was DVC before. I don't know if it
Yeah.
is now.
Um, let me see. Let me see. I am so behind. Oh my gosh. Jared said, "Preach, Danny. MK's my least favorite park by a mile." Uh, DCA or Magic Kingdom, Danny? Like, where are you gonna have more fun?
Or Magic Kingdom.
DCA
I'd I'd
or Magic Kingdom?
I'd pick DCA any day.
What? Damn.
Yeah.
uh,
Although, like, the only thing that might keep me there would be, like I said, like I religiously go
DCA
to.
food destroys Magic Kingdom. I will say that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The only thing
Destroy
that I religiously
Magic
go to
Kingdom
Magic Kingdom
sucks at
for.
food. Sucks at
The only
food.
thing I go to Magic Kingdom for is, like I said, the People Mover and the Carousel of Progress. So like I do go for that purpose. But so like any of those are like better than what's at DCA for sure. But like the rest of the park, not, I don't know.
Well, DCA is gonna have Coco and Avatar and Avengers. It's gonna be better than Magic Kingdom, dude. It could be.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Um, Magic Kingdom is like be our guest or bust. Either you get be our guest, or What are those? The waffle place, Danny, that I like? Nutella
That's not
waffle.
even the same anymore, though. Sleepy Hollow.
What? Sleepy Hollow has changed?
Yeah, they don't really have the stuff that you used to like.
Oh my gosh. What is Walt Disney World doing? We got a super chat from Johnny. Fresh Bake said to keep a lookout for the land in between Big Thunder and Rivers. Been some rumors rumbling about that piece of land. Are we talking about Disneyland?
I have no idea.
Big Thunder and Rivers? Johnny, you post in the comments right now, Johnny. Are you talking about Disneyland or Walt Disney World? I haven't heard any rumor of that. That's all. That's news to me. Um, are you guys watching Superman movie? Are you watching it, Danny?
I will watch it. I'm not very excited for it, but I will watch it. Yeah.
We gotta watch it together, Danny, next week.
I already know. We already know Mondo's the number one hater, so we already know who's gonna come out of that movie. We already know who's gonna come out of that movie.
I am
being
not
the
number one hater.
extreme.
I F1 today.
When it comes to movies, Mondo, you are number one hater. Hater approved. Okay, you are the biggest hater of movies.
I want to create a movie review channel, and it's just like the number one hater of movies. That's what it's gonna be called. But F1, I'm gonna be watching it my fourth time today. Really late. I'm gonna go watch it in IMAX all by myself. I can't wait. F1's been insane. I'm gonna watch Superman. I'm excited. I hope it's really good, so I can watch it a lot of times. Kathy just left Disneyland a few hours ago. The park was empty for the 4th of July weekend. Lines and wait times were short. I was pleasantly surprised. And that goes more to, say you did pay $280 for a park hopper today, but you got to do everything you wanted. Are you really that mad? I don't know. I feel like people are leaving happy, even though it's a ridiculous price.
Lord Cheese or Cheese the First, Mondo wants to know
I like
what's
Lord
worse.
Cheese. That's a good name.
What's worse, Elio or Snow White? Well, I don't even know if Mondo watched Snow White, so I don't know.
I haven't finished it. I'll say I like Snow White more, even though I haven't finished it, because like you could laugh at how terrible it is. Elio has nothing going for itself at all. Like there's nothing to laugh about, smile, be happy for, a good song. Like there's nothing. I just like Gal Gadot's terrible acting. Everybody's terrible acting in that movie. Snow White. I should finish Snow White. I will never watch Elio again. I'm debating on going to Scary Farm or Queen Mary Dark Harbor. Which one do you think is better? Scary Farm. Scary Farm is like 10 things to do plus 5 other scare zones plus shows plus food, drinks, whatever the hell you're trying to do. Scary Farm. Not even a question.
Not even a question, yeah. And the parking situation at Dark Harbor is really bad. So if
Oh,
that
it's terrible.
so if that triggers you and like you don't like starting off on a bad note with parking, avoid Dark Harbor at all costs. So
That is a positive for Scary Farm. Very easy to park, and 5-10 minutes you're in the park. Let me see. Cynthia going to HHN for the first time this year with my son as well. We're going mainly for FNAF. Is it confirmed it's a house? Yes. John Murdy confirmed it in some like IGN interview. The announcements are really weird this year. I don't have like
why are they trying to say experience it in a whole new way? Like just say a new maze. Like come on.
Weird ass marketing.
I don't like it.
They should have just had John Murdy straight up, all caps. FNAF is a house. That's it. That's the tweet. Just let it be. Everybody refer to that tweet. Let me see. I'm just reading. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. What's up, that big black guy channel? We hit 100 likes. Let's go. Hit the like button if you haven't already. We almost got 400 people in here.
Johnny Theme Parks and Things. Mondo said that he was talking about Fresh Baked, talking about Disneyland, not Disney World.
Hmm. So a land area by Thunder Mountain and rivers. Maybe he's talking about that like little lake area that has like a hole that goes to like Galaxy's Edge. You think that's what it is?
I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that.
I haven't heard not one rumor. I'll ask though. I have a person I could ask. I don't know if he'll say anything or she will say anything. Disney has already did a trailer for the new Mickey Mouse Club. Will we see Duffy on the Disney Junior stage or a meet and greet? I feel like Disney's just fumbling the Duffy play. How is Duffy not a meet and greet? It's stupid. It's honestly stupid. What do you think, Danny?
I don't know. I think they're trying to find a way to bring him back, bring him in. They're trying with this Mickey Mouse Clubhouse way, so hopefully it works. Hopefully they can make it as popular here as it is in Japan and all the Asia parks like Hong Kong too. So
Um, Let me see. Agree. Mondo always hates. It's hilarious at this point. I am a speaker of truth. All right. I'd say it how
I
it
don't
is.
I don't agree with Mondo's hate towards Jurassic World because I really enjoyed it and I saw it twice. Mondo saw it twice too,
I saw it twice
but
too. I at least
but
support the dinosaurs. All right. Even though I didn't like it, I still two. I went 2 times. I did my job. I did my.
yeah, my only thing I could say about Jurassic was that um it just feels a little too long. Like it's like maybe 30 minutes too long. Like they could done some editing to make it a little shorter.
Yeah.
Speed things up a little bit. That's my only concern is that it's like it's too long and it's not like one of those movies where like you're like, "Oh man, I wish it was longer even though it's already almost 3 hours." Like it's one of those movies where you're like, "Man, this is what time is it? This is
Yeah.
long."
Can we
Like
just
so
get to
that's
the D Rex? Jeez. Oh man. Carla and Kiko, let's go. 48 months. 48 months. Happy Speculation Sunday. Bum, we missed you this trip. I know. I hope you guys had a great trip. You guys visited Disneyland literally at the best time. Hope to
best
catch you
time.
next time. Disneyland wait times this weekend were really low for sure. Fourth was crazy. Heck yeah, Carla Kiko. Yeah, you guys literally came at the perfect time. Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better time to do rides. Even waiting for Paint the Night or fireworks. Like it honestly wasn't crazy. It has not been crazy. But thank you, Carla Kiko. Safe travels back home. I don't know if you're still at Disneyland or not, but safe travels. Um, let me see. Let me see. Uh,
We have a fake the real John Murdy in the chat says, "What's up, Five Fires?"
the real John Murdy. Let me see. I'm just reading. Would Fantastic Four meet and greet be at Avenger Campus or Tomorrowland since it's based on the retro 60s? It's Tomorrowland for sure. It's
Yeah, I
Tomorrow.
think they already said it was going to be Tomorrowland too.
Yeah. I'm just not sure if it's on the stage right outside of Galactic Grill. 'Cause there's been some rumor that it might even be in the theater, like next to under Space Mountain. Have you heard anything on that?
I have not. No. All I know is that they will be utilizing the robot somehow.
The
Herbie.
Herbie. I hope the movie's good, man. There's a lot writing on that on that movie. Um, Let me see. The Indian stage area would stay. It's just that that it is covered by all those trees in between the rivers and Big Thunder Mountain. The Indian stage area? What is that, Danny?
No idea.
I'm gonna put Indian stage area Disneyland. I don't know if anything comes up. Uh, wow, this is like we're going way back in time, dude. This is from 1971, before your time, Danny.
Before my time.
Before anybody's time, honestly. Uh, Damn, I didn't know they had this. That's cool, dude. Wow. I had no idea, dude. That is very cool. I wonder if there's videos of that. I have to say I don't know. I don't know, Johnny. That's first time I've heard of that. All right, I want to go to the meat and potatoes, and I feel like this is a big topic of conversation, and I've heard some actually like rumblings from like very important people, honestly. Right here, Danny. Disneyland dropped this cool ass zip up. I think it's not a hoodie, it's a zip up. And I was like, whoa, look at this fantastic, beautiful sweater. And I didn't think about it at first, but somebody mentioned, where's the dragon? And that's when I kind of took a step back and I was like, well, where is the dragon? Where is the dragon? It's not there. That's the answer. It's not there. Danny, what
But
the
it is
hell?
there on the Disney World one.
Exactly. Disney World. I have to bring it up because I have it. I have it on Twitter. I have it on Twitter.
I was surprised you didn't post it side by side.
I think I did. Is it? It's probably a reply. I don't think I've been posting that much. Found it. I found it. So Walt Disney World got pretty much the same creation, but theirs has a dragon. Look at that. Right there. For us here at Disneyland, they gave us the genie. That Disneyland, when they don't want you to hate them, they just throw the genie out there. They're like, nobody will hate the genie. That's why they called it, they had it Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus or whatever. The genie was involved with everything Lightning Lane.
Dude, every piece of merchandise from Fantasmic ever has always had the dragon in it.
What the heck is this? This is. I hate it. I hate this sweater.
I really like that artist too. Like
I love everything about it, but there's no dragon, and that's what Fantasmic is about. So I asked the question, Danny, is this just a sign that we're not going to get a dragon ever? They haven't even thought about bringing the dragon back? Because I posted a little bit ago on Instagram, actually. Where is it? Right here, Danny. This is the day it all happened. April 22nd, 2023. And nothing. There's going to be some magic coming from Josh D'Amaro. It was a frog show, a literal frog projection show. That was the magic. Are you like? How do you feel about not having a dragon at this point in time, 2025? Are you not bothered? You're not bothered?
No, I think the show stands on its own, right? We talked about it last week. I think we've beaten the dead horse with Fantasmic.
I'm just gonna beat it more. I want a dragon. There has to be other people that think like me.
We talked about it last week. I think the original B mode with the water screens and the dragon on the water screens, I think, is a better alternative than the Maleficent on the stick kind of situation. So, because I feel like it's even safer too because they don't have to have the actor or actress go up.
Yeah, you just get the projections.
You just get the projections, yeah. So you have the Maleficent on the ground for like a quick second, and then she like disappears, and then the fans go up, and then there's the water projection dragon series, and so I think that's cooler,
Yeah. So this is what is the rumblings right now, Danny, and this is like very strong. It's a very strong speculation. That 2027 is going to be a full reboot of the show here at Disneyland, and it could be down for a very long time, very long time. Uh, why do you think 2027 is the right time to do it? That's what I wanted to ask.
Um, like for it to debut in
No,
2027?
no, no, no. Go down and not come back until it's ready.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. They could do it with they said that
Like, why is
that
2027 a good time to do it? That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, if it went down for like a year and it didn't debut until like summer 28 or something, that's when the Olympics are going to be here. That's 2028
oh,
Olympics.
there it is.
But in addition to that, like there's even been rumors saying that Avatar is going to be ready in 28, which completely blew our mind when we heard that. Um, so like that's crazy. So like if they're gonna have a bunch of stuff opening at DCA, they need something to like bring people over to Disneyland. And if they love to open things simultaneously, so if they could have something that could draw crowds in at Disneyland and then away from Avengers Campus, like that could be something too. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of depends on what's opening. But they like to do that. They like to have something at Disneyland that'll draw in people when they've got stuff at DCA kind of thing.
I didn't think about the Olympics. That's what it is. They've been waiting. I bet you this has all been part of the plan. They're like, we'll just get by with what we got, but come the Olympics, we got that full blown dragon or whatever the hell they're gonna do, whatever kind of magic. But yeah, dang, I didn't think about it that way. That's probably what it is. Do you think Oogie Boogie is gone after this year because of the DCA construction next year? Very great
I
question.
think so. I think so. I thought that they were going to tell us that to try to sell tickets, but they didn't say that. So that was confusing to me. I maybe they'd share it with us closer to the end of the event. But I think so because um, during the height of the construction, we're not saying that DCA is never going to have parades, but the area that the new ride is going into, at least from what they showed us, is going to take away the parade gate, and it's also going to take away the parade warehouse. So there's certainly a way for them to do it maybe somewhere else or put it in, but it's going to take a while for them to build it, right? So in the interim, there will be construction, and unless they have DCA like not have a parade during Oogie Boogie Bash, but that's like a major draw
Nah,
during the
dude, people
event.
would be pissed. They'd be pissed.
So I think they would have to move it, honestly.
Uh oh. Can you still hear me? I don't know what happened. Can you still hear me,
What?
Daddy?
I can hear you, yeah.
You just can't see it there. Oh, I'm back. I disappeared. I went to the ghost, the hitchhiking ghost. I think Oogie Boogie not having a parade will piss off people tremendously. I think for all those people that are just diehards, they might be like, I think we're okay on Oogie Boogie this year at $200 with no parade. And it's not very far fetched. They did Star Wars night with no fireworks. And that was such a huge draw. Fireworks, Star Wars fireworks. Like, what the heck? It's amazing. So, yeah, damn. That'll be a dirty move from Disney. Oogie Boogie with no parade. That's messed up. I don't know how else to say it. Isn't the Disneyland Half Marathon pausing because of DCA construction too? I wouldn't be surprised if Oogie Boogie is in the same boat. Yeah, that Danny's brought
Uh,
that up.
yeah, no, Oogie Boogie or the marathons are not stopping because of DCA construction. They're stopping because of the parking structure. Because the parking lot where the parking structure is being built is where Disney has been hosting the finish line and like the race recap area, like where you reunite with your family, and like the basically like the race hub is in that parking lot off of Disney Way. So and that's where the structure is going. So um until they have the space configured somewhere else. When I ran the Disney marathons, they were doing them in the downtown Disney parking lot, like right in front of the Disneyland Hotel. So it wasn't until the races just recently came back that they started using that other parking lot. So maybe they take a break and kind of reevaluate doing it on that other parking lot. We'll have to see, but it's a bigger impact now because they used to use that the way you'd get to it, Mondo, is that little road that's now the entrance to downtown Disney. You know, the new where the new entrance to downtown Disney is.
Mm-hmm.
That little road right there, the finish line was literally right there. Like it was in like essentially right where the downtown Disney entrance is, the finish line was there, and then you kept moving forward to those parking lots, and then that's where like the tents were, where they give you like your medal and all that stuff. So so that's the reason why they're stopping the races. So nothing to do with DCA construction, um, but Disneyland Resort as a whole will have a lot of construction. So it's just going to be the way it is for the next few years.
All right. Johnny sent in a picture of the land that he's talking about. He's super chatted. Johnny, thank you, man. Holy macaroni. Sent you a pic on Instagram. Let me bring it up. I have it right here, Johnny. I have it right here. I posted it on Twitter because I could zoom in better. There we go. Let me see. This area, Dan. So that's like the walkway right there, right? Am I tripping? I feel like Disneyland looks very different now. uh, has there been rumor about that being used for anything? I haven't heard nothing. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, what could they do with just this little circle? You know what they could do? Put a store there. That's Disneyland's favorite thing to do. Put some stores and like a food stand. Go buy a pretzel. I'll ask around, Johnny. I haven't heard nothing about that area, dude. I'll watch Fresh Bake's video. I'm curious to hear what he said. That's crazy. I don't really consider that like a big area. In my brain, I don't think that's a big area. But thank you, Johnny. Where's this? I want to read. Can't we just be happy and thankful they gave us some good artwork? It's true. It's true. I'm not. Trust me. My first reaction was I liked it. New Fantasmic merch. Sorcerer Mickey front and center is special. It's true.
Yeah, I love Jeff Granito. Like he's one of my favorite artists. So all his stuff, I usually like to buy it. So
Yeah, this one's fire. It's fire. It's just no dragon. And I'm so sad. I love Fantasmic and my dragon. Oh my gosh, it keeps turning off on me. I don't know why. I don't even think it's hot. That's not
I
like,
think your plug-in to your laptop is like overheating that little hub thing.
I
That
don't
little hub
know.
thing.
I don't know. It's so weird. Rumor has that the 70th Cavalcade will stop running on August for holiday season. No more Duffy and Shelly May. Yeah, I heard a rumor too. I almost want to say, I think it was Walt Disney World News today or Disneyland News today, that Pixar Parade could also be taking a little break. I don't know nothing about these cavalcades or parades taking breaks. I do know Paint the Night's going to be running through Halloween and Christmas, as far as I know. So, and that's the one that matters, honestly, for me. But I know a lot of people, that's the only way they get to see Duffy and Shelly Mae. So I get it. Milas is pissed. She's pissed. All right, let's talk about this, Danny. We got Theme Park IQ posting about Matterhorn. That the refurb calendar, Thursday, July 24th, is likely the reopening date of Matterhorn. And my first reaction was like, I stopped believing the refurb calendar. I don't believe nothing on the refurb calendar. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, I think the refurb calendar, while it's been accurate sometimes, like it's kind of burned us too
Burned
in
us
some
many, like three
other.
times for sure.
Like they've like the time has lapsed on the calendar and like all these people reported it, and then Disney was like, oh no wait, actually we just forgot to extend it out, so let's just extend it out. um I want to say it's usually like we don't really know until like someone like Theme Park IQ posts that it drops off the calendar, and then like someone like Scott Gustin, who has media connections at Disneyland, will reach out and be like, hey, we're hearing that it's might open, can you confirm this? And then Disney will give some kind of media outlet or media rep a confirmation. Or sometimes when it's a major attraction like the Matterhorn, they even give that same like confirmation to like a Orange County Register, and like Brady McDonald will write an article about how the Matterhorn's coming back on August or July 24th. So I'm gonna wait for those to happen before
Yeah.
or when we start seeing the walls come down and like the
Yeah. When the
scaffolding come
walls come
down.
down, I'll believe it. That's when I'll believe it. I don't believe the refurb calendar. I stopped believing that thing a long time ago. I remember that day where we had to like hope that Scott could confirm, and it was all wrong. Like the calendar was wrong.
Hmm.
Sorcerer Leo says, paint the night during Christmas? Is the Christmas parade not going to be running? Supposedly they're going to do both. Two! Four parades. They've done it before. It's not like it's a thing that's like, oh my God, it's the first time. They've done it before.
Yeah, it just means that they start the Christmas parade really early, which is why my Alyssa was saying that they're not going to have the Happy Cavalcade, because like around the lunchtime would be when the first Christmas parade would be.
Oh,
And then
remember
and
that.
then
I
and
remember.
then we would see like the second Christmas parade be like 3 o'clock, and then at the evening time we would have the Paint the Night parade. So like the 6 p.m. Christmas parade, like I don't know that we get it that late anymore, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I remember that. I remember they was it. Did they do that with the electrical parade or something?
Yeah, I think they did that with
Yeah,
the electrical parade.
yeah. I remember like I'll show up at like I don't know like 3 o'clock or something, and I'm like, what? There's a parade right now. Oh man, I remember that was. It's been a while though since that's happened. Um, is there anything on your end, Danny, that you want to talk about that we haven't touched?
Not really. Mondo and I did have a chance to go to Disneyland last week, and we did kind of look at some of the construction going on in downtown Disney. There's still a lot of stuff going. We saw a lot of construction movement over at Arthur and Son Steakhouse in downtown Disney
Mm-hmm.
when they were tearing the building down. But now, at least from the perspective on the other side of the wall, it doesn't look like much is happening. But we don't know what's happening ground level, right? Like what kind of infrastructure is getting laid for this restaurant. That could be taking a while. So we're not really seeing anything vertical go up for Arthur and Sons and Pearl's Roadside Barbecue, but it looks like maybe they're working on some stuff we don't really know about underneath. Um, Earl of Sandwich and the Tavern. They're opening, looking like they're going to open right on time. The rumors were saying that we could see a fall opening, a late fall opening for Earl of Sandwich, which would mean according to rumors, again, all speculation, La Brea Bakery's former location, with Earl of Sandwich currently occupying it right now, is supposed to be opening or closing at the end of August. So, at the tail end of August, when Disneyland starts to roll out its Halloween season, we see the Earl of Sandwich location close. We see the walls go up around it and the ticket booths as they begin deconstruction for Portos, right in front of the main entrance of Disneyland. And we also probably see a lot of other construction too temporarily for like the tram unloading and loading. Because I really do feel like people aren't talking about um, just how much the construction for Portos is going to affect everything. I mean, all it takes is just to look at the crowds that were leaving the Esplanade area during the 4th of July fireworks,
Oh,
just to
Danny,
show
did
you.
I send that reel to you? I got to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is look at that. That wasn't the crowds at 4th of July, because 4th of July was dead, but a phenomenon that does happen at Disneyland, especially with all the Magic Key holders that are blocked, is they flood downtown Disney to watch the fireworks in any way they can outside of Disneyland. And because of that, generally, Disneyland does charge full parking price at downtown Disney. There's no hourly rate. There's no, you can get validation on the 4th of July. And they'll warn you about that when you come in. They'll say, just so you know, it's $35 to park at downtown Disney today. Are you okay with that? Or $20, whatever it is. But this was the crowd leaving. This is right there in front of Erla Sandwich. It's not normal to look like this on a normal night, but this is what it can look like when people are leaving at the same time, and that area becomes a pinch point. So for all of this to be behind walls and then also try to fit people in that little spot, I don't think that's going to happen. So what I think we're going to see, Mondo, is at the end of August, we're going to see the La Brea Bakery location close, walls go up shortly thereafter, also around the ticket booths, and then we're going to see the normal unload and load area of the tram. We're going to see that turned into a walkway, is my theory. And that's going to be the new walkway for people that are trying to get kind of around to where it's going to dump you out right
Put
there in
people
front
on
of
the other
Starbucks.
side, nowhere near the construction.
Yeah, and then the tram will continue to unload and load, but only on the Indiana Jones side, the building where Indiana Jones is at. And so that'll be like the new unload area, at least temporarily, while they're doing this construction, because I just don't really feel like there's any way that people can get through that unless they're using that tram ramp right there. And I remember Jared in the chat talking about that not that long ago. So I think he was another person that was talking about that too. So the whole like tram arrival downtown Disney experience when Porto starts construction, I think it's going to be really crazy. Like it's going to change that whole area for a while.
It should
So
be soon, right? Like it's gonna be soon.
yeah, it's going to be soon. End of August when they close La Brea. Um, Erla Sandwich will potentially be opening late fall. So the trailer will only have to hold its own for like just a few months, maybe a couple
I
months.
Let me show the Earl sandwich. This is what it looks like right now. So that pretty big progress, honestly. Really big
So
progress.
yeah,
Look at
not
all
too
the
bad.
supports.
Yeah, not too bad. It's looking pretty good. We saw the sign up at Nectar Life too in downtown Disney. That should be opening soon as well. They already have a little cart in front of their store selling Nectar Life soaps and stuff already. We did have a chance to talk to the cast member who was working at the Nectar Life booth, and she said that the store will feature a build your own like bath salts area and also a build your own um, like perfume or like scent thing. And it will be unique to this location, like something that the Universal Studios City Walk location doesn't have.
Yeah.
And they said it would be bigger than the location at City Walk too, which that space doesn't really look like a lot,
I
but
know. I
I
don't interpret that space right there next to the Avengers store to be big.
I know, but then again, I think about that and like the early speculations were that like there'd be two more stores coming to that space, but
Mm.
based on the looks of the windows and based on how big D-Lander is, because it's not very big, people thought that Nectar Life would just be that same little small spot, but maybe Nectar Life takes as big as a spot as the Avenger store, and then they take up the rest of the building. You know what I mean?
Avengers store is pretty.
So,
It's pretty big.
mhm.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Nectar Life. Um, Let me see. Let me see. If they do both parades during Christmas, there's going to be a stacked, or there's going to be the best Christmas season ever at Disneyland. It's going to be freaking stacked. Oh, it's going to be good. I love Christmas at Disneyland. I like Christmas at Disneyland 10 times over Halloween season at Disneyland.
But yeah, just think about that, Mondo. It'll have two Christmas fantasy parades, two Paint the Night parades, Believe in Holiday Magic, Castle Lighting Ceremony, Snow Moment,
Fireworks,
fireworks, you name it.
character meet and greets all around. It's going to be nuts, dude. Um, Danny, what do you think of HHN was to do the Ring Grudge Maze? And have you seen F1, Danny? Because I think it's definitely movie of the year. Wow, Chris Hatch loves it.
Um, I haven't seen F1, but I want to see it for sure. I love the innovation that Apple did to, film this movie using the iPhone, so I want to see it. Um, And also, I would love a Ring Grudge Maze. Like The Ring and The Grudge to me are like one of the best horror movies ever. So it's funny because people like it was so weird, Mondo, when we saw the preview for when we watched Jurassic, when we saw or when or when I saw Jurassic for the second time, I saw the preview for I Know
Conjuring.
What You Did Last Summer,
Oh yeah, yeah, that one too.
and I almost forgot that like Sarah Michelle Gellar was in that movie originally. And people are like, "Oh yeah, I always, associate when I associate I Know You Did Last Summer in horror, I always think of Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like when I think of her in horror, I only think of The Grudge. Like that's what I think of. Like Sarah
Hmm.
Michelle Gellar in The Grudge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't associate her. I know Freddie Prinze Jr. I know she did, and Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I almost forgot that Sarah Michelle Gellar was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. And some people were saying too it's kind of funny because Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. are married in actual real life, and they show her picture in like the newspaper or something in the trailer. So like they definitely like make mention of her character, but her character didn't return, and people were wondering like why would they bring her husband back and not her? But I'm like maybe they both can't be away from the kids the whole time for filming. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. Filming for sure takes a lot of time, and it's not easy with kids. Triple C, let's go. What's the best place to find Magic Mountain small logo font and large graphic on the back shirts at Six Flags Magic Mountain? Dude, um,
Are we back?
when you walk into Six Flags Magic Mountain, to the right, there's like where they make the funnel cakes and stuff. If you just walk a little bit more, the I don't know if they call it the Emporium or what, but that store right there, right across the funnel cakes, they got all of the best logo merch of Six Flags Magic Mountain. Six Flags actually they have new stuff all the time with logo, like their logo, and it's really cool stuff. Um, I need to buy some of that stuff. I've been meaning to do that. I always buy their Fright Fest stuff, but not Six Flags Magic Mountain. That would be the store to do. I don't know if they call it the Emporium or not, but they got everything, anything you would think of Six Flags Magic Mountain wise. They have it all in there. And it's really good price. It's not like 45 for a shirt. It's usually like 25 to 30. Um,
We got Farah in the chat, Mondo, that says, "Is your sister Monica making a return for HHN?"
Hell yeah, more family members are coming. It's gonna be good. I don't think I'll film any of that stuff, but Monica's for sure. She's an HHN fanatic now. She talks about it every day. I'm just kidding, but no, she
And
loves
then
it.
we got a super chat from Theme Park and Things. Johnny said, "Just wanted to wish everyone a blessed and wonderful day to the chat and you and Danny."
Hey, thank you, Johnny. Blessed day to you too. You and your family, Johnny. I appreciate you, man. Without you, would have never known there's speculation on that land. So I'll ask around, dude. I have a couple people I could ask about that. But thank you, Johnny. Um, let me see. I saw a question. Uh,
It's just Quinn in the chat. Mondo says, "I think those boxes for the Terror Tram will have red doors before you enter, and each door you enter will be each movie. Think like it'll be like Insidious 1, 2, and 3, the red door anyway." I don't know what that means, but
I could see that. Yeah, everybody keeps saying Insidious is gonna come to the Terror Tram. I'm cool with that. I'm not complaining. I liked Insidious. Uh, I have to say, we need like another 2 weeks to really like point a finger at the Terror Tram. It's just a little early, but that's a cool speculation. I like it. I like it. Uh, I have Gina. Any speculation on Not Scary Farm? Do you think the IPs will come since Six Flags merged? The big one is Arkham Asylum at Scary Farm. I think we've got your opinion, Danny, but just talk about it again. Are you happy if the Joker does come to Scary Farm?
Yeah, I think it'll be it could be really fun to see that how they implement something like that. Knott's does really really well with their theming and their mazes. I was saying before, as long as it stays in the backstage area, there's no real theme back there, so it could work really well with like the areas back there. So that works great. It could even work really well in Arkham Asylum. Could have worked well where Mesmer is. That could have been a great spot for it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really like the only thing I want Knott's to keep sacred is Ghost Town. I think
Yeah.
like like when Origins has its final year, I think this year, anything that's replacing Origins needs to have some kind of original content. I know that like um the Grimoire isn't really like Knott's lore specific, but it's still like very much original. So I want kind of the mazes that are closest to Ghost Town to kind of just stay that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts on Joker 2? Straight garbage. Garbage of a movie. Hated it. Even my sister hated it. I thought she was gonna love it because she loves Lady Gaga, but no, she says that people didn't hate that movie enough. That's what she told me. She loves everything, so it was really shocking to hear that. I checked this week if Red Guardian was still meeting, and he's gone. I'm hoping that the thing is using Project Exo like Hulk. Um, I don't know, dude. Disney being cheap, we're gonna get the human form for all we know. I don't have any expectations for these Fantastic Four meet and greets. I'm sure the suits will look really great, though. I'll tell you that. All right, I think that's going to be all for today, Danny. Closing thoughts, and we'll fire it down, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that we're gonna see open in the next couple weeks, right? We have Disney's birthday right around the corner, so we are gonna have um, the new Walt Disney attraction opening. But not only that, I think this week or maybe even next week, we start to see posts on social media from the all new High Key Club at the Disneyland Hotel. I
Mhm.
reported on Speculation Sunday and online a couple weeks ago that that it would be opening this month, and it looks like it's on track to do so. They've removed all the walls from outside of the club on the 11th floor of the Design Hotel,
Mm.
and it looks like it's probably any day now that we start to see guests transition from the temporary club that they have set up in the Frontier Tower back to the High Key Club, and those lucky few guests will be able to experience it first. So we'll get to see what it looks like and how the expanded features are and all that kind of stuff. So I would say look on social media for that. Maybe like the Scott Gustons and everything might get some pictures to post. So that'll be fun. Maybe even a Disney Parks blog post on that potentially. Who knows?
I hope.
So we'll keep an eye on that, and then I would say also um, get your get your Earl of Sandwich in. If like I know the trailer Earl of Sandwich will still be open, and the rest of the Earl of Sandwich will be open until the end of August. But I don't know how often you guys are going that are watching, right? If you have just like one-time trips, you might want to get your Earl of Sandwich in because the trailer doesn't have every sandwich. They have some or most of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
They don't sell my favorite one, so I don't go to Earl of Sam. But if you recommended something, what would
yeah.
you get Earl, Danny? What would it be?
I just get the holiday sandwich usually. I used to get the French dip, and I'll get it when it comes
Oh, the
back.
dip. It's like if
Yeah,
I can't get that, I don't get nothing at
and the pizza. The pizza's good too. Pizza's really good actually.
Do they
So
still
that
give
one,
you Miss Vicky chips? Like, if do they sell that?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten
Dude,
chips when
a
I went.
French dip with Miss Vicky chips was one of the best combos at Disneyland, and it's gone. It's just gone. Ah,
But yeah, so other than that, I would say that's kind of the big thing that we're keeping an eye on. Um, I don't really see a lot of big news coming from either parks other than maybe something for HHN. So
yeah, they're saying HHN is most likely going to have an announcement this coming week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't freaking know. A lot of people are saying that it's Terrifier, but I don't believe it. I think it. I kind of have a feeling it might be Terror Tram. Terror Tram. Why not announce it already? Or they could announce the other two. the poltergeists or the scarecrows. We got a lot of announcements left. A lot of meat on the bone at HHN Hollywood. We got a super chat. Probably Smooth dropping the fire. Thanks for saying hello at Universal today. Mondo, wife, and I enjoyed The Materialist. Let's go. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie still. I don't really have an opinion for it because I only watched like 10, 15 minutes of it and I had to leave the theater. But nice meeting you today. Really kind, really kind. I always love meeting the Fight Fire community in person. So thank you for being so nice and awesome. Hope you had a good day at Universal. It was empty. I don't know how you don't have a good day. Before we get out of here, Danny, if somebody wants, because you mentioned pizza, and I just like for some reason thought about this. If somebody wants the best pizza, like 2 recommendations at Disneyland Resort, where would you go? 2
At
best.
Disneyland Resort?
Yeah, like DCA or Disneyland, not Downtown Disney. Downtown Disney don't count for this one.
For sure at Disneyland Resort, the best pizza, in my opinion, is at Naples. And not Napolini, but Naples specifically. It's expensive. You're gonna be spending a lot of money.
$50.
But it's good pizza. It's really good pizza. Then I would say the next best pizza, in my opinion, is at Craftsman's Grill. And the same would be at Craftsman's Bar because they share the same pizza. It's just different ways of ordering it. I would say those pizzas are fire out of all the ones at Disneyland. So if you want those pizzas, I would say go for those. Other than that, I would say like an honorable mention would probably be like maybe Napolini, like if you're trying to do something quick and fast. And then maybe the early
No
sandwich
Alien Pizza Planet, dude.
No.
I was gonna say Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. I think they still make a great pizza. No, they went downhill.
I don't like it. Yeah.
I
only go.
I haven't had it in a long time. We had one of the best pizzas there, Danny, but that was a long time ago.
Well, I said I only go there for the special ones, and we just had a really good special one during
Christmas.
Was it Lunar New Year or was it Food and Wine? I think it was Food and Wine. It was Food and Wine because it was like the Hawaiian one.
Yeah.
And it was so good. So like their specialty pizzas are pretty good at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, but I'm not
you had
going
to
there
go
for
in the
cheese or
park.
pepperoni.
One at Disneyland, one at DCA. You have to go in the park, Danny. In the park.
Well, there is only one at DCA and one at Disneyland. It's just
there's multiple, right? There's Alien Pizza Planet has pizza.
I mean, Daisy's Diner has
Daisy's
a flop
Diner.
over. Like, it's not really
you got
pizza.
Those wannabe pizzas at Red Rose Tavern. There's options. I think, man, if I had to get pizza, like your first thought is outside of the theme park. That's honestly where I would go.
Theme Park IQ says the flopovers are good. I need to revisit the flopovers because literally the only time that Mondo and I had them were on opening day of Toontown, and they were good.
They were the greasiest shit ever. It was like
So they've had their time to like kind of
maybe they worked
out the kinks. Yeah. So
and there's a new flopover. There's a new flopover, right, Danny? The Costco one that you call it.
Yeah, the chicken bake Costco flopover.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that on my next trip. Maybe that might be tomorrow. We got 48 Mud, Crystal and Chris. Let's go. Hi, friends. Do we know official last date of the celebration? We're blocked out till next month still. Yeah, these blockouts are brutal, man. I feel
you got Crystal and Chris. You got all the way until next summer, summer 26. So you're good. You're good.
Don't even worry about it. There's no official date though, right? At this time, it's just the end of summer.
They said summer 26. That's what I said.
So what is that? Like August 15th, somewhere in there, I would say. Yeah, you guys got a long time, Crystal and Chris. I've had Mari's on Catella probably like 5 years ago, but I've had it. It is good. but that pizza hits like a boulder in your stomach, like a 20-pound boulder. It hits too heavy. That's
Yeah,
the problem with
you're not
pizza.
enjoying Disneyland after you eat Mari's pizza.
It's good. I'm not hating. It's just you ain't walking right for a little while.
They actually have it's really good pizza. I get their pizza a lot, especially when I lived in Anaheim, closer to it. But they have if you guys do go to Mari's, it's literally there on the corner of Walnut and Catella. So literally the street that runs on the backside of the Disneyland Hotel. Um, it's a really good Italian restaurant. You can actually eat inside or you could take it to go. But they offer a pizza called the Matterhorn, and Mondo would love the Matterhorn.
Did I
That
went there with
pizza's
you, Danny? Didn't we? Or no?
We did go together, but we didn't get the Matterhorn.
Mm,
We just got pepperoni, I think.
yeah, I don't want to get tricky. I go to a new
The
place. I get the tried
the
and true.
Matterhorn is literally every topping on the pizza.
What? Damn, that has to be expensive.
It is.
All right. Thank you, Danny. Awesome live stream today. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on this beautiful Sunday night. Keep your eyes open. We might get an announcement for Horror Nights next week. And we might get an announcement from Oogie Boogie. They got to announce these characters. I doubt that they're going to hold out so long. We might even get a Halloween foodie guide. Like, I feel like that's around the corner too. So, because they just recently did all that Haunted Mansion stuff, and a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas started trickling in merch wise. So the Halloween is coming. It's pretty much spooky season. All right, everybody, smash that like button. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay, just as Danny are calling.
See you later.
I'm the main host, Mondo.